morning, London! The HEC Launchpad helps students start a business within 10 weeks. This year, 100 students took part in the journey. It's about 50 projects in very different fields. In this particular health context, we are delighted to come to London, even if virtually, and allow our young entrepreneurs to challenge their business to the English community. Good luck, and over to you, London.
Welcome to London. I am Delphine, the director of HEC in the UK. We are delighted to welcome you here. Thank you to all the entrepreneurs who took the time to talk to our students. Thank you to our mentors and juries who have prepared our students for tonight. We can't wait for this evening. Good luck to all of you, and over to you, New York.
The HEC US office is proud to be part of the 2022 Startup Launchpad program. Congratulations to all of you for your participation. I want to address a big thanks to our partners, US-based alumni and entrepreneurs who are sharing their experiences with you. So enjoy the week, make the most of it. Most importantly, have some fun. I hope to see you all very soon in New York.
Today in France, a farmer spends an average of 8 hours a week on the road doing deliveries. At the same time, restaurant owners and chefs have an increasing willingness to know more about the product they use and they present in their plates. They want better quality products and also want to know more about the products and the farm where they came from. But farmers and independent restaurants are not able to work together because independent restaurants have low volumes and it takes a lot of time to search for the right products, the right farmers, and to manage the deliveries. This is why we have created Mourot, the only solution from the farm to the plate to have the better products at a fair price. We ease the entire procurement process for a restaurant with the pooling of logistical flows to the ordering and billing centralized thanks to an online interface. This project is led by us, François and Delphine, who have decided to join our agro and culinary backgrounds to create Mourot. And thus we want to participate in the transition toward a more sustainable nutrition.
Hello, my name is Andy, and today I'm more than excited to present to you Roundtable. At Roundtable, we help luxury and premium apparel fashion brands mint their own NFTs and sell them in their own metaverse boutique shop. 1%. That's the amount of brand engagement that a brand receives on a Facebook post. Now, almost all marketeers agree that brand engagement is a crucial KPI. However, it is becoming increasingly more difficult because Gen Z customers expect brands to have an established online presence. As these Gen Z customers move away from traditional social media into the metaverse, why aren't smaller fashion brands following their larger competitors into the metaverse? After countless interviews, there were 4 common problems. It's expensive, they don't have the time, nor do they have the technical expertise and marketplace distribution knowledge to sell these NFTs. That is why at Roundtable, we help brands improve their brand engagement by establishing their boutiques in the metaverse affordably.
Hi, I'm Marilys.
I'm Margot. We're both at HEC Entrepreneur.
Together, with pharmacists, we want to build the future of human resources in pharmacies. The recruitment process is prehistoric, is time-consuming and inefficient. But why? 90% of students go physically to pharmacies to find a job. And on the other side, 75% of pharmacists use Facebook or the word of mouth to find and recruit new employees.
The truth is that today pharmacists can wait up to 6 months to find the right employee.
But pharmacists can't continue like this. That's why we decided to create PharmaJob. PharmaJob is the first recruitment platform for pharmacists. So far, we've built a beta website to acquire our first clients. We are applying to the London Pitch Night to acquire visibility and find great mentors. Thank you and see you in London!
We are Dini and we want to digitalize the public transportation payment system in Morocco so people can travel effortlessly. Intercity bus companies currently lose upward of 130 million euros per year due to theft and corruption resulting from the inability to track cash, the primary payment method. Customers, on the other hand, face long queues, unreliable schedules, and overpriced tickets sold from third parties. Bus companies are unhappy, customers are unhappy, but infrastructures are ready and the market is ready, so now is the time for change. With Dini, digitalize your customer's journey through a reliable, secure, and intuitive solution. Our solution is not only different, it's innovative and does not exist yet in Morocco. With our product, we solve the real problems facing our market today. We partner with businesses to improve their customer experience and optimize their operations. Customers can now feel confident that their travels will go smoothly and efficiently. And we are the best team for this project as lovers of the local cultures. Improving access to essential needs while having a tangible impact on a developing country guides our motivation.
The sustainable fashion market is projected to reach $15 billion by 2030, in part due to fashion's detrimental effects on the environment. So we talked to these sustainable brands, and it was a big problem for them to find manufacturers that met their criteria as well as ethical and sustainability standards. On the other hand, the manufacturers, they're spending millions in their marketing budget just to find these brands. So this is where Fair Garment comes in.
So Fair Garment is a platform for fashion brands and manufacturers to search, connect and communicate with partners who adhere to sustainability and ethical standards. We help them save time, remain in control, and grow their business in a sustainable manner.
We have the expertise, network, and shared values to take on this challenge.
So Fair Garment is on a mission to accelerate sustainability and innovation within the fashion industry. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the HEC UK Startup Launchpad Grand Pitch Night, a second edition live on YouTube. It is a pleasure, as last year, to welcome you for this evening for a very special evening. My name is Onthank. I am the Deputy Director of the HEC UK office, and I have the great pleasure of being your host tonight. In a few minutes, we will welcome the jury and the startups that will be pitching in front of you tonight. We are all connecting from different places. The HEC UK office, we're based in London. The jury and yourselves are connecting from your homes, and the startups are connecting from HEC Records, a TV studio based in Paris. The startups are part of the HEC Startup Launchpad, a 10-week program designed to help student entrepreneurs launch their startups within 10 weeks. They are very early stage, and this year, over 100 students have taken part in this journey. 47 projects have seen the light, 25 projects have taken part in the pre-selections, and today you will be seeing the 6 finalists pitching their projects to you. The finalists will be competing for 2 prizes. The prize of the jury, which will be awarded by the 4 members of jury who will be here tonight with us, and the prize of the audience, which you will be invited to cast and to vote for yourself, choosing which of these 6 pitches will be the winning. To vote, please click on the YouTube link description. You have a link that will allow you to attribute your favorite rating to your favorite startups. There will be 5 stars from 1 to 5. And the winning startup will be the one that will be winning, will have the highest average rating. Now, before we dive into the pitch competition itself, let's rewind, take a step back on the 3 days that our students and our startups have had in the past few days, virtually traveling to London and New York. On Monday, we had the great pleasure of welcoming Balderton Capital for a kickoff session. Earlier today, the students met with 2 inspiring entrepreneurs from the UK and the US who shared their exciting journeys. Julien Khaled, co-founder of Made.com and Next Momentum.io, and Thomas Jonas, founder of Nature's Find. Meanwhile, this pitch competition began on Monday with a first round. During this exciting afternoon, 24 startups pitched in front of 18 judges, VC, entrepreneurs, investors, who had the difficult task of selecting our 6 finalists. We thank these judges for their time. We also want to pause here and thank the 25 startups that have taken part in the pre-selections. They did an incredible job, and you are all more than welcome to receive their links and video pitches, video decks, and information. If you just make sure that you're registered on the event, and the link is in the description in the YouTube link. Now, yesterday afternoon, each of the 6 finalists were offered a 1-hour mentoring with mentors to prepare the pitch. A huge thank you to our mentors. And finally, here we are. We have 6 finalists who are ready to pitch their project to you. Their 1-minute video presentation was played a few minutes before this evening started and will be played again right before the votes close. Let me now welcome Delphine Mourot, Director of the HEC UK office, who will be joining us tonight.
Thank you, Lorraine. Hi, hello everyone and welcome. We are delighted to see you all. What a week our students have had this week. But now it's time to start. So welcome the jury.
Bonjour.
Hello everyone.
Hi
good
everyone.
evening.
Can you all hear us well? Is
Bonjour.
everything all set? Yes, perfect. Wonderful. So we are delighted to have you here with us tonight. Thank you for being part of this evening. We're really looking forward to this competition. Now, I'm very pleased to welcome on stage our 4 members of the jury. We have Emmanuel Brizet, investor, board member, entrepreneur. Alice Leguet, co-founder at Standard Deviations. Sébastien Breteau, founder and CEO at Kima. And Julien Khaled, co-founder of Made.com and Next Momentum.
So before you start, do you have a few words of wisdom for our students? So maybe let's start with you, Emmanuel. What are you looking forward to tonight?
Well, firstly, I think I'm hoping to be inspired by those presentations, and I think mostly I'm looking for founders with a real vision, but also the enough openness to challenge constantly their vision and execution, and enough resilience to adapt to the market feedbacks.
We are having a few technical audio issues.
No, you didn't hear me.
Bear with us as we are setting up the technical details.
Okay, so Julien...
All right. Well, while we can try and hear you, Julien, do you want to share with us what you're looking forward to tonight?
No, we can't hear Julien either. Okay.
No.
Alice, can we hear you?
Can you?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
And Sébastien?
Yes, great.
We can hear Alice.
And me as well, yeah. Now it works.
Ah,
perfect.
Yes, it is.
Amazing. Can we hear everyone? Are we all set? Yes, perfect.
Okay, so let's start. So Emmanuel, what are you looking forward to tonight?
So again, what I was saying is I'm hoping to feel inspired by the presentations tonight, and mostly I'm looking for founders with a vision and with passion, but also with openness to challenge their ideas and their execution, and with enough resilience to adapt to the market feedbacks. It's entrepreneurship and startups are a roller coaster of emotions, and small miracles and lots of bad news.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Sébastien, in your opinion, what makes a good pitch?
A good pitch is about, for me, clarity, clarity of the problems they're trying to solve. Maybe it's about giving the conclusion first, and it's also about the dynamic between the team members.
Thank you, Sébastien. Alice, you were with us last year. So what are you looking for tonight?
Once again, just as last year, it's International Women's Week, and I'm thrilled to be looking forward to some brilliant female entrepreneurs. I've already had a sneak peek, so that's fantastic, and well done HEC and the students for making that happen. And also I'm looking for innovation to better our society. Considering the context we're living in right now, I'll be paying special attention to that.
Thank you, Alice. And finally, Julien, any tip for students now that it's nearly starting?
Okay, but pitching is tough. I'm still learning to pitch, so on We're All Conscious is not easy. So keep it simple. I think they need to keep it simple, keep it straight to the point, and do your best to show us that you're experts of the topic you're addressing, on the problem you're addressing, on to try to make us want to jump on a call after the presentations to know more.
Thank you.
Amazing. Now, right before we start diving into the pitch competition, let's have just a quick explanation and reminder of how the evening will roll out. Each startup will have 5-minute pitch followed by 5 minutes Q&A with the judges. There will be a 5 minutes short break after startup number 3. After the 6 startups have pitched, we will be the jury will leave to deliberate, while you, dear audience, will be invited to cast your vote by clicking on the link in the YouTube description. Afterwards, we'll all get back together on our virtual stage, announce the winners, and conclude this evening. Now, without further ado, if we're all set and if everyone is ready, we are ready to move on to the very first pitch. Startup number 1, Broco, the floor is yours.
Hello everyone. Today the work of our producer has been transformed into that of truck driver because of short circuits. Indeed, a a producer spends on average more than 8 hours a week on the road, delivering small volumes to several players. Whereas today there is one player with large volumes who would like to know more about the products they cook every day of the week. It's restaurant owner.
But direct supply from farms to restaurants is currently not adapted to small and medium-sized restaurants that are seeking to have better quality products directly sourced. First, because medium-sized restaurants have low and variable volumes of purchases, so producers are not keen to work directly with them. Secondly, because they are far from producers, especially restaurants based in cities such as Paris. And finally, because they have a high budgetary constraints and cannot invert time nor money looking for the right products at the right price. This is why we have created Broco. Broco is the solution to finally enable restaurants to supply in short circuits, sourcing quality products directly from farmers. Our value proposition is based on three main features across the value chain. First, the sourcing of quality, small and medium-sized farms that answer our specifications for sustainable agriculture based across all French territory. Secondly, the pooling of logistical flows from the farm to the restaurants, from the first kilometer to the last kilometer, creating small connected hubs in the regions to collect all regional products and only charter one single shipment to a hub in Paris, where we take care of distributing parcels to restaurants. So these pooling and flows enable us to have competitive pricing. And finally, an online interface to easily take orders and manage invoices. I'm sorry, there is a problem with the slides. So I'm supposed to have a mock-up of my slides. Yeah, maybe next one. If you have control of this. Next one. Next. Yeah, so this is a mock-up of our online interface where restaurants can directly make their orders and manage their invoices. So who will be our customers? Our first customers would be bistronomy type restaurants that are typical customers already sourcing some of their products directly from producers and seeking to source more indirect. Our market, taking into account all bistronomic and comparable restaurants in Paris, our initial market size would be of 90 million euros. Next slide, please. Over the long run, we target all commercial restaurants in France with similar hubs implemented around major French cities, which makes a market of over 18 billion euros. Furthermore, restaurant industry is an industry with a planned double-digit growth rate. Next. When it comes to our competition, we differentiate from our competitors over the two axes. There are competitive prices, enabled by the integration of services such as our innovative logistics with the pooling of flows, and our digital platform for orders and invoices. Next.
Our business is based on the purchase of products from producers, which we sell to restaurant owners with a commission of between 15 and 20%. As a reference, retailers takes on average a commission of 30% with its local producers. Next. Today, we have already talked with more of 200 professionals of the sector, and there is already more than 15 restaurateurs and 32 producers who are ready to work with us. We are also followed by professionals in the restaurant and logistics sectors. Next. We want to launch Broco next June with a test phase until October, working with 15 restaurant owners. Starting from October, we will be accelerating to reach more than 200 restaurants by the end of 2024. Next. We have planned on having an exponential growth thanks to commercial development facilitated by the interconnection of the restaurant. Our strategy is first to increase our number of customers and then to increase our offer of products to be able to increase the average order basket. Next. So we decided to create Broco because we are both passionate by gastronomy and agriculture and wanted to match our complementary profiles. Delphine has double degree, both in professional cooking with the CAP Cuisine and in business. She is in charge of sales and relations with restaurant owners. As for me, I am in charge of product sourcing and operation management thanks to my background in agro-engineering.
So we are Mourot. We are the solution to provide small and medium-sized restaurants with quality farmer products. Thank you very much for your attention. And sorry about the slides.
Amazing. I believe you can't see me, but...
Yeah, right now we can see you.
Yes, perfectly.
Okay, members of the jury, please feel free to ask all your questions to the Broco team.
Hi, Broco team.
Have you checked the average? Hi, have you checked the average order size from each of those restaurants?
From from the future customers or for bistronomy restaurants?
Yes. So when they buy, what will be their average size? You said they do like 40, 60 meal per day. What will be the average size of their order from you? Have you checked that?
So
Is it once
basically,
every day, twice a week?
They really provide about 3 times a week minimum, 3 to 4 times a week in products, and they have
And
an average.
the average order size?
So the average order quantity is about 30% for typical restaurants of their revenues, and those restaurants have annual revenues between 500k euros and 1 million revenues.
Okay, so if they do 750, 30% is 200k. 200k 3 times a week, it's 150. So it's €1,000 per order roughly, and you will and they will give you 15, 20. Okay.
A bit less than this, but yeah.
Alice, je t'ai coupé.
I'll jump in. Well done for the name, by the way. I really like Broco, and Delphine, well done for keeping cool under pressure when your slides stopped working. Quick question on monitoring the quality of your produce. How do you propose to do that?
So basically, as we will have an intermediary hub based in the suburbs of Paris. And so we have the producers deliver the entire palette or the entire quantity of products, and we take care of doing parcels for each restaurant in this hub. So we will have a physical human check at this point of time of the products to monitor the quality of the products, as well as more pushed random checks of the entire palettes of the products to make sure they are good quality. But before that, we visit all producers to make sure they comply our requirements of sustainable agriculture and this kind of requirements.
Big Mama, they did something similar, right, Emmanuel? Source producer to restaurant.
Sorry, yeah. So they were working directly with producers, and on their key products, they're still working direct and importing straight from Italy. And they've been implementing and they've been collaborating with Collective Food for about a year now. Coming back to Seb's question earlier and asking about the average order per the average order amount, you're not covering the entire range of products that they're sourcing. So out of the 30% of food cost, you're starting mostly with fresh vegetables. What are you covering? Because it's like again, the average order and the average value per customer is important. So how do you go about the range of products that you're covering?
So initially, our strategy is to have more of a larger customer base, covering a small amount of their total basket. So maybe 10 to 20% of the total baskets. And over the time, we want to increase the quantity of products we have licensed kind of by Broco, and to increase the percentage of the total basket of each restaurant. So we aim at 1 year and a half to reach about 40 to 50% of the total basket of restaurants. So the idea is to start with some... Sorry.
So just coming back to the numbers that we were discussing, 500k. We're discussing a 30%. So we're 150 and 3 orders per week. That means indeed 1, but then that's 200 pounds. If you're covering 20% at first and then 40%, we're discussing more in the range of 200 to 400 euros per order, right? And then does it work with a 15-20% commission to cover the logistics that are key in your offer?
Actually, the reason it works is that we ask producers to manage the delivery of the products until the hub because we ask them for larger quantities. So the way we make this economical equation work is by asking them to pull the flows of the logistic flows until our hub. So basically the producer only goes with his truck if we order large quantities. So that's the way we make this equation work. But as I mentioned, the idea at the beginning is only we'll have a small amount of the total basket of each restaurant, but over the long run, we seek to have a higher percentage to deliver more value from those customers that we have.
Guys, why did you choose to start with veggies? I mean, I remember chatting with I can't remember his name, from Collective Food, like 6 months after they launched, and they had started with meat because of the average price, and that was one way of making it profitable. Meat on wine, if I remember well, but I'm not sure of wine. So that's one quick question. On the second one is, when we look at the competition slide, how do you differentiate yourself from the big company that everybody was talking about in 2020, which was Schoko? Schoko and Recce. Schoko, the German guys who raised billions to be able to be the anchor store of food for restaurants.
So first on the products typology, we are not, maybe it wasn't clear, but we are not focusing only on fresh vegetables. So the idea is to... Sorry.
Okay, it's time. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. So I won't have to answer that.
Thank you very much. Sorry, thank you for this. Thank you, Broco. So now I think it's startup number 2, Roundtable. The floor is yours. Thank you again, Broco. Roundtable, the floor is yours.
Hello everyone. Today I'm more than ever excited to present to you Roundtable. Roundtable helps luxury and premium apparel fashion brands mint their own NFTs and sell them in their own metaverse boutique shop. 1%. That's the amount of brand engagement that a brand receives on a Facebook post on average. Now, almost all marketeers agree that brand engagement is a crucial KPI. However, this is becoming a lot more difficult to achieve because Gen Z customers expect brands to have an established online presence. As these Gen Z customers move away from traditional social media into the metaverse, it begs the question, why aren't small fashion brands following their larger competitors into the metaverse? After countless interviews, there were 4 common problems. It's expensive, it takes a lot of time, they don't have the technical expertise, nor do they have the marketplace distribution knowledge in order to do so. That is why at Roundtable, we help improve brand engagement by establishing your boutique in the metaverse affordably. So how does this work? It happens in 3 simple steps. First, you upload your images that we turn into collections of NFTs. Then you choose your boutique in the Sandbox metaverse in our Parisian metaverse district. And lastly, you can customize your own boutique interior design in order to make it as unique as possible. And that's it. So how do we make money from this? There are 4 revenue streams. The first one is a subscription model in which we take monthly rent from the boutique shops. Then we take a commission fee of every NFT that is being sold on our land. We also take an exchange rate fee from turning cryptocurrency into fiat money. And lastly, we plan to release play-to-earn NFTs that can provide you with access to fashion shows on our metaverse land, and we will take royalty payments from that. So our total addressable market for luxury and premium apparel and accessory brands located in France, the UK, Germany, and the US, who all earn less than $1 billion in revenue, amounts to 52,000 brands. With regards to fashion NFTs, it is a booming market, currently valued at around 108 million euros today. Therefore, combined, it is expected that after 7 years, it will rise to 2.2 billion euros in total addressable market. That is because in-game metaverse luxury spend is projected to grow at a CAGR of 55%, while the entire metaverse market is projected to grow at a CAGR of 44%. We do have competitors. However, the market is split into those who are building on existing metaverses and those building on their own metaverse. At the top right, you can find our core competitors in the fashion segment. We differentiate ourselves by being incredibly easy to use, by providing data analytics for in-store KPIs, and also being sustainably oriented, meaning fashion brands can actually offset their blockchain carbon emissions. With regards to go-to-market strategy, we will focus on smaller brands of streetwear and, of course, the parent markets of streetwear, meaning luxury and premium brands. We will do so by communicating to chief executives of smaller brands. And of course, as the brand becomes larger, we'll discuss it with the marketing and innovation departments. With regards to the short-term roadmap, it is quite intense. With the MVP features being built in the coming weeks, from March until April, we will design our land, the shop, and the experiences on those lands before releasing the beta platform, making us ready for a full-fledged launch in May. With regards to milestones and funding, we will need upfront capital in order to acquire land in the sandbox, as well as diversifying into the Decentraland metaverse next year, in order for us to develop the New York and London districts in 2023. We will build a team of 1 CTO, architects, developers, and builders, as well as sales team in each country. My name is Andy Shasha. I come from a business background. I have great execution, time management skills, and I believe that this project really comes at the best time. It's now or never. With regards to a CTO, I'm looking for someone who is the best in blockchain development and 2 advisors, one in the fashion industry and one in the metaverse. That is why I'm seeking 550,000 euros for the next 10 months, split into the team, the marketing, and legal departments, as well as the acquisition of land. Let's envision all brands, not only fashion brands, but all brands in the retail of tomorrow. This is Roundtable, and let's help brands step into the metaverse. Thank you.
Amazing. I think I'm back and I can hear myself, so that's good news. Judges, questions.
Out of the 100, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was saying as it's going to go fast. Just to make sure, are you selling? First, of course, the metaverse is a space where there are lots of things happening these days, and many brands are wondering and wondering what they're going to do and how to go about it. Are you selling NFTs? When you talk about NFTs, are there pure online, pure and digital NFTs, or is there a link with their actual collections of garments in the physical world?
Yeah, so with regards to that question, there are 2 parts. So first one, I want to release play-to-earn NFTs that can allow users to play with the experiences on our land. And if they earn it, they will receive access to the fashion show events on our land. In the roadmap, I'm looking to partner up with a blockchain called Boson Protocol, which should allow NFT purchasers to actually receive physical garments of their NFT.
Out of the 108 million market you mentioned, what's the average size of the transactions?
So,
what are the most popular products in retail right now?
So, do you mean that with regards to accessory and apparel?
Whatever you want to target, and what is average size of average order size and most popular products?
Yeah, so within that, it's pretty big in footwear. That's quite a large chunk of the market. And also apparel, so premium and high-end apparel is quite large in the market, around 30% of the total apparel market. Luxury is relatively small compared to that. So that's why I want to target both.
So again, I mean, NFT market is all about exclusivity, and it's all about bringing. I mean, there's a lot of hype around this, but it's all about the FOMO and people are and villas getting sold out in minutes and things. How do you? It's not just about the technical side. It's about how to support brands in marketing the NFTs to their community and to their customer base. And how do you plan to support them in this? Because it's a lot of marketing, not just the technical side.
Yeah. So we plan on being supporting brands throughout the way and marketing those NFTs. We understand that these brands aren't aware of how NFTs work at the moment. And so our platform, what I aim to achieve is to have it being in support of the brand throughout, from point A to point Z. With marketing, I want to create a feature where it can show how to sell these NFTs to the market. Because I believe that these fashion brands won't sell too many NFTs. They will sell 3-4 a month, but all of these will be quite scarce. And that's what I want to create.
If I can jump in, I want to ask why you focus on the brand engagement part of the offering, because the way I see it, there's a substantial revenue opportunity with the fact that you're not looking to offload or discount or even create the items. Would you market it in that way to your customers?
Yeah. So I did a lot of interviews in the industry, and I realized brand engagement was a reoccurring theme throughout the interviews. Looking at that, there's a big Gen Z market, and they're very active on social media, even if a brand isn't targeted towards this customer base. So with brand engagement, you can really improve the esteem of the brand, the relevancy, the loyalty of the customer towards that brand, as well as awareness. And with brand engagement, I want to target all of those because it's really a crucial concept in the industry.
And who will design the NFTs? Are you planning to help the brands to design the products that you're planning to sell?
No. So with regards to design, we won't help them design the NFTs. They will either work with.
Are they ready to design themselves?
Yeah. So it doesn't have to be a caricature in the traditional sense. An NFT can be any image, and we want it to be a utility NFT. So with those NFTs, they can access certain events in the land.
Okay.
But then who's going to organize those events?
Very last question, because then it's time's up.
The price.
Good.
Where will the price?
Where will it? On the CTO.
Time is up, guys. Time is up. All right. I'm sorry. I wish we had more time. Thank you very much. Thank you, Roundtable. And now it is time to welcome PharmaJob. The floor is yours.
Il faudrait peut-être qu'on soit plus discipliné, qu'on fasse une question.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to PharmaJob, the platform that matches a pharmacist and a candidate. 90% of the pharmacists we interviewed clearly expressed that recruitment was a huge pain for them. Today, they post their job ads on Facebook groups, or we're going to call their pharmacist friends just to find someone. This is time-consuming, unattractive, as you can see from the post, and mostly inefficient for their job, and leads to an absence of human capital and business productivity in their pharmacy. Guess what? Candidates today still have to walk to find a job to the pharmacy. Even though this is done in a couple of days, they have to sign the contract physically. For the candidate, this leads to a huge lack of fit, and they don't have any pre-information on the job contract before going to the pharmacy, and so are probably missing out on a lot of other opportunities. Here's Blanche. Blanche, over the last 6 months, she had to work in 6 different pharmacies because either the atmosphere was horrible or it didn't fit any of her skills. Today, she's working in a great pharmacy that fits her, but she had to go and drive 50 kilometers just to sign the contract because recruitment in pharmacy today is not digitized. PharmaJob is the first platform that matches candidates and pharmacies. Our first niche is the pharmacies of Paris and its suburbs, which covers about 2,000 pharmacies and has the two biggest student campuses in France. We then aim to go national and target 22,000 pharmacies. Our very long-term vision is to cover all human resources in medical professionals in France and in Europe. Our competitors are mainly small and indirect. They cover only part of a job that needs to be done. PharmaJob is the most simple, easy, and friendly way to find a job in a pharmacy.
To differentiate ourselves, we are a platform that digitally centralized every actor of the pharmacy. We provide an opportunity for pharmacists to be authentic online with videos and photos from their everyday life of the pharmacy. We are cheaper from our competitors, and we have a strong focus on our user experience and our progressive web app. So how do we gain money? Our business model is quite common in the recruitment process. The recruiter, the pharmacist, is paying. He pays 1/3 of each steps of the recruitment process. First, the profiling, second, the signature, and third, the end of the trial period. In the future, we plan to add a subscription model. For the moment, we have a strong traction. We achieve most of our goals. We are part of a think tank within the USPO, which is the Pharmacists Union. We already onboarded 50 students to co-build the platform with us. We acquired the biggest Facebook group for a pharmacist recruitment ad, and we already received 45 job offers by pharmacists and 38 recruitment demands by candidates. We matched 8 candidates with pharmacies. So how did we do that? We built a platform so pharmacists can sign up easily, and so candidates can sign up easily too. So in the next, we're going to continue our manual matchmaking, and our goal is by the end of the month, do 15 matches. Because the pharmacy world the pharmacy industry is a small word, they will talk about it. And we delivered call to action cards in the 2 biggest campuses in France. And we partner with student unions. Our next steps, continue matchmaking and iterate with our first clients to build and improve the platform with them. And in June, we want to publicly launch our user-friendly MVP. So we are the best team to execute this project because Margot has a medical background, Michael Cohen, which is a major player in the pharmacies industry, is a pharmacist, has been convinced by our pitch and is currently onboarding the team. And I have a business background. So now we are looking for 60K to accelerate and mentorship. Thank you. We are PharmaJob, and get in touch.
Okay, I'll shoot first.
Thank you so much. Jerry, up to you.
Thank you, and well done for the pitch. Quite simple, and it seems to make a lot of sense. My big question is about the market size, because it seems to be a very French-specific market. On 100 million as a total addressable market for me is quite small, especially if you have a competitor in place. Mm-hmm. So is that enough? And by the way, is 60K enough to kickstart?
Mm-hmm. So for your first question, on the side of our competitors, there are a few, but they really target only part of the verticals that we want to do. We want to do the whole recruitment, any type of contracts, and then one day do human resources. To go outside France, it would be possible on other medical professions, such as liberal professions. For example, ophthalmology, which would be our next target because it is a profession with many assistants and requires recruiting a lot. And so this would be possible outside of France. For the pharmacy side, as I'm sure you know, pharmacies don't work the same in France as they do internationally. So I think our focus internationally would be more about human resources for all medical professionals.
Is it an
industry where there's a lot of turnover?
Job.
Sorry.
Just a quick question about your competitive landscape. I was looking at Job de Pharma, who seem to be quite an established player. They have, 21,000 members. They've been around for nearly 10 years. What is it that they don't provide that you would provide?
So basically, our third co-founder that joined the adventure, he's the owner of Job de Pharma Île-de-France. And we are beginning with the Île-de-France market. So basically, there is a website that is called also Job de Pharma, and it's not monetized for the moment. And we ask all our interviewees, and they told us it doesn't fit their needs. It's not very user-friendly, and it's only for the moment a website, and we'll deliver an app and more user-friendly.
And additionally, these type of platforms that are our competitors today mostly have the job demands, but not the job offers. And particularly on the group Facebooks, there are so many announces per day because the students aren't necessarily on the groups, that there's a huge dilution of the posts, and they never are seen by the right candidates.
Emma?
Is there any other questions on the judge? There are 2 more minutes.
Don't you think? No, I think the issue is the market size, really.
So it's true that
have you thought if you could branch out into other area?
Yeah. So we thought of an area within the pharmacy and then outside the pharmacy with different professions in the medical industry. Within the pharmacy, we talked with pharmacists, and they told us the next steps to offer would be a training for all the softwares that are used today in the pharmacies. So there are many, and it's a pain for pharmacies students because they have to learn and be onboarded for each software each time they change a pharmacy. Our platform will next allow to have an onboarding online. So that will be a first vertical to tackle, but we want to begin small and be very fast.
Can you remind me? I have a question on regarding business model. How many recruitments does a pharmacy do per year, and how do you cover customer acquisition costs with the commission or your fee per ad?
So for your first question, today we've interviewed quite a lot of pharmacists, and they've told us that on average, they will recruit between 2 and 3 people per year. So this covers our price of 5,000 per year because it is divided by the number of candidates and then spread out.
You say 5,000 per year? What is it, the 5,000 per year?
It will be the cost of our service.
The membership?
Yes, the membership, exactly.
Exactly.
So for the 2 to 3 candidates per year, and then, like Maëlys said, spread out in 3 times. Yeah, I forgot your second question.
And what's the cost of acquisition?
Yeah, so for customer acquisition, it's actually really easy for us because all the candidates are on these platforms. So we're going to go and grab all the candidates on all the platforms today and
the customer acquisitions.
The pharmacies are really eager to have personnel in the pharmacy because they're really missing out today and absolutely need this for the business, for productivity of their business.
Goes too fast, Lauren.
No. All right. Thank you so much, PharmaJob. Thank you for this presentation. And to all of you, we reached we're halfway through our competition. We're going to have 3 more startups pitch, but after our 5 minutes break. So you're more than welcome to start voting for your favorite team. The link is on the YouTube description. And you're also more than welcome to stick around as we're going to be playing videos from last year's finalists so that you can hear what they've been up to since. In the meantime, see you in a few minutes.
Hello everyone, I'm Hyan Park from Omila, application for the menopause. Last year we have won the pitch competition of this London Calling Pitch with Jane and Mathilde, my 2 other co-founders. I cannot believe that it's been already a year because it was a very special moment for us, because that night that we won the pitch competition, we convinced our very first investor to invest on our company. So just a little bit of update on our side. We have raised 400k euros. We were one of the finalists of the Launchpad program, and we started working in Station F, where you can still find us. We hired a developer and a marketing assistant, so we are a team of 5 full-time employees. And we actually have launched our very first application available on this link. If you want to follow our evolution of the company, please follow us on the LinkedIn Omena. Since London Calling Pitch Night gave us the first validation that this might work, I really wish all the best Launchpadians. Thank you.
Hello, HEC in the UK. I'm Gabriel Thierry. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Carmen. Last year, I was finalist at the pitch competition for HEC UK Launchpad, and I wanted to give back my experience. It was a really fun time. We really enjoyed my co-founder pitching our solution and our idea that then became Carmen. And it was very invaluable for us to be able to put into perspective our hypothesis and test them in front of, professional investors and repeat entrepreneurs that demonstrated success in their own endeavors. So to all the finalists and the entrepreneurs applying for the pitch competition, go all out, don't hesitate to take risk. It's an opportunity for you to push yourself out of the comfort zone, test your boundaries, test your hypothesis, and you'll come back an even stronger project and an even stronger team. So yeah, good luck to all and speak soon.
Hello everybody, I'm Emily from Veda, which is a femtech startup which we launched last year with Coralie and Tamana. We took part in the London Grand Pitch Night last year, which was definitely a memorable experience for us. It was very exciting to speak to so many people. And from there we actually managed to get a lot of feedback on our pitch from people that are outside our circle of contacts. And they were actually quite challenging. They challenged our business model, but all of this was needed and we actually grew from it. From then, we stayed in contact with our mentor as well from the Launchpad, Elodie Hughes, right until we decided to unfortunately wind down our startup. However, I'm still in contact with Coralie and Tamana, and we're still looking for future opportunities. And we see this whole experience as really a great learning experience. So thank you for the team for organising it. And I wish the best of luck to all the participants this year. Bye.
Hi all, our company is Neutropia. We were finalists last year and we won the audience prizes. It was so exciting. So today we sold 700 bottles, we finished our prototypes, we get some feedbacks, we improved the formula, we have patented solution, and we are currently raising some funds to launch our final product in September. I just want to wish to all the teams a good luck because you are doing an amazing journey.
And welcome back. It is now time to welcome our fourth startup, Dini. The floor is yours. Dini?
Vas-y. Should we go?
Hi everyone, we're the Genie team and we want to become Morocco's first digital ticketing solution for transports. But before telling you how we're going to change the lives of millions of Moroccans, let me first tell you the hassle they go through every day just to take the public transport and especially intercity buses. So imagine you're in Morocco and you want to travel from one city to another by bus. Well, first you would have to go days in advance to the stations to check departure times and bus schedules. Then you would need to queue up for at least 15 minutes to get your tickets. And by the way, you can only pay cash, so forget about credit cards. And finally, you would need to negotiate the prices of your tickets with the employees that sells tickets because you know they inflate prices illegally. Because of all that reasons, traveling by bus for Moroccans has become a real hassle. But they still try to make it work. As previously mentioned, finding information is a real struggle. So people find ways around it by creating Facebook groups to share information and even ask questions on the Google Ask of bus companies. But with Genie, we're in the perfect position to fix this. And thanks to recent incentives by the central bank, the government, and the high smartphone penetration, our solution is now made possible. So the market is ready, the infrastructure is ready, and the end consumer is waiting for our technology to change his life. Let's talk market now. So we're going to penetrate the market by targeting the intercity bus companies first for a 630 million euro target market.
مع ديني سافر مهني. Or for non-Moroccan speakers among us, with Dini, travel effortlessly. Our goal here is to build a trust-based relationship with their clients to enhance the cultural shift by focusing on both transparency and an intuitive process. By digitalizing our customers' journey, not only will help them save time, but will provide them with safe digital payment methods. With our app, a customer can plan his trip in advance by browsing the available schedules and topping up their account. Once they reach the station, they will access their mobile wallet and scan the QR code corresponding to their trip, and the ticket will show on their phone, which they will validate by showing it to the drivers, stress-free, hassle-free, within seconds. This is made possible thanks to our features, which include in-app purchasing, the available schedules, non-inflated prices, but most importantly, credit cards and cash top-ups. Not only that, we guarantee an enhanced experience as we will provide bus companies with trackable metrics to improve the customer's journey continuously. Our solution is not only different from the potential competition, it's comprehensively innovative because we'll put the customer needs at the core of our business model. Want to travel and book in advance or travel on a whim? You can do both with Dini.
Thanks, Al. We plan to use these features to deliver benefits to all of the major actors within the ticket purchasing payments ecosystem. So we've touched a lot on the benefits for the travelers themselves, but now I'd like to switch our attention to the transport companies. So in the end, there's a huge opportunity here because these companies are losing massive amounts of money each year due to theft and corruption. And that can make up to 35% of their top line revenue. And that's due to the cash system that's currently in place. And on top of that, the consumers have shown that they're willing to pay courtiers up to 20% above standard ticket prices for the convenience that Dini will provide. So not only are we bringing in new customers for these companies, we're bringing in more profitable customers for the companies. And these effects combined can make a huge impact on the bottom line. And that's something that's really important to us because our go-to-market strategy entails partnering with these transport companies and selling these tickets through our app and taking a commission on these sales. And this is something that has proven to be attractive so far, as we have signed our first LOI with one of the 5 major companies, and we have received interest from others. But our ambitions do not stop there. So we are beginning with a replicable system that we can import into other emerging economies, not only in North Africa, but across the world. And we will then integrate vertically into different areas of the transport industry and replicate those as well internationally. And, And then to conclude, so these are big ambitions, but we're an ambitious team. We're also a winning team. We come from diverse backgrounds, but we share a common goal of improving people's lives. And here at Dini, we have an expression. We don't want to mind the gap between the train and the platform. We want to bridge the gap. And thank you, everyone. We really appreciate your time and attention, and we're happy to take any questions.
Very good.
Right up.
Nice one, guys. Is there it's a tech platform at the end of the day. Do you have a tech co-founder in the team?
So we don't have one yet, but we actually started talks with the private developers to develop our MVP that we will test already with the bus company we got the letter of intent from for proof of concept.
So are you looking to onboard a tech co-founder? On how much equity are you looking to leave on board, to leave to that person, or are you just planning to get an agency or hire developers?
Do you want to answer? Yeah, you can take that. Okay. So regarding equity, we did not discuss this yet because we're waiting for the trial to prove that this can actually work. So first, we are talking to this company called Sunday Tech. And when we go further in this project, we'll definitely add someone in the team. And based on the value they add, we'll see if we share it equally or not.
Of course, any equity outlay will depend on the level of commitment and to the project and everything that goes into that.
Can you describe the model? So you plan to sign an agreement with some transportation company, meaning that they have to give you access to the data. Have you discussed all these things, and what will be the models? You take a cut on the tickets? How does it work exactly?
Yeah, so it'll ultimately be a commission-based model. So we're looking at 7% right now, which might sound high. I don't know, for maybe a more kind of developed economy, but the standard going rates are 10 to 15% on this kind of third-party sellers. So yes, we'd be taking a cut of about 7% on each sale to begin with.
And is there a company who did a similar business in another emerging country, maybe in Asia or somewhere, that you have looked at, or you would like to do something similar to them?
So yeah, we actually looked at a few companies in Asia, but also in sub-Saharan Africa. One is called MyBus. It's in several different countries in Asia, like Malaysia, Thailand as well. And yeah, we're looking into their business models, and we really like how they expanded so far. We tried reaching out to get a little more intel on how they did that. So yeah, we actually looked at several different business models.
So I have another question regarding, partnering with those companies. To be able to sell online, you need to have some kind of inventory of what's available to sell. And if they're working like paper with a paper and a very erratic distribution so far, how do you make sure that you have a reliable inventory, an up-to-date instant inventory of what's available to sell, and that when you sell a ticket, the person can actually get on the bus?
So I'll offer a first part for an answer. So we have a lot of interest from bus companies because they're all looking for an extra sale channel and also a way to track digitally their sales. Because so far, people buy cash, as we explained, or directly with the driver, and there's no control over the transactions. So the companies that are willing to do it and partner with us. And on the other hand, they're all started undergoing digitalizing processes within their companies. And most of the teams and companies we talked to were ready to share the data, and we're almost done improving their data sets digitally.
And in addition to that, just to give you an idea, so the company that we have an LOI with currently expressed to us that they'd like to put up to 80% of their business through our platform, assuming it functions as it should. And so they're really eager to kind of move to an easier channel of selling. But
so second question, I think. Do you think that you need to have, to have 80% of or 50% of companies on the platform at some point to be attractive to customers, and so that they come and say, okay, I want to travel from point A to point B. I know that if I go there, I'm gonna have the offer, the places, the all options available to me from X and Y company.
I think one thing with that to point out is that it is actually a very concentrated industry. So, of course, we would like to implement as many companies as possible into our platform. But if we were to just focus for now right on the intercity bus companies, we're talking about 5 companies that make up about 75% of the total industry. So, you don't have to have 30 companies on the platform to have a very comprehensive offering to the end consumer.
And also to add on top
Thank
of...
you very much.
Oh,
Sorry.
Can I just say, I love the branding and the design work.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I can't take it.
Thank you.
Beautiful end of question comment. Off we go for startup number 5. Fair Garment, the floor is yours.
Good evening, well, wherever you are in the world, we're here to present Fair Garment. Fashion industry is under the spotlight for its detrimental effects on the environment. 2.1 billion metric tons of greenhouse gases are just from this industry alone. So more and more fashion brands are focusing on improving their sustainability and ethical practices. And this is why the market is projected to reach $15 billion by 2030. So we talked to these sustainable brands as well as the manufacturers. Brands are spending too much time and money in order to find the ideal manufacturer, while on the other hand, manufacturers are spending too much of their marketing budget just to acquire brands. And sometimes both parties might not even end up with the right partner. And the textile industry market is over $1 trillion, but we're just talking about the manufacturers here. So it's 300,000 plus textile mills only in Europe, India, and Turkey, among which 20,000 of them are considered ethical and sustainable. And these manufacturers are spending 3 to 5% of their revenues just on brand acquisition, which brings us to 3.6 billion euros spent from manufacturers only on sales and marketing. And we want to grab a piece of that.
So we are Fair Garment, a marketplace that connects manufacturers and brands. So brands can come to our platform, create the account and sign up for free. Upon signing up, brands will be able to search for the ideal manufacturers on a range of parameters such as materials and certifications. And brands will be able to have a complete overview of the manufacturers on a range of parameters, and there's complete transparency in this regards. They'll be able to shortlist the manufacturer they want to work with and send quotations. The manufacturers will be able to see the quotations that they receive from the brands and place a bid on the quotation that they want to work with. And the brand will be able to see all the quotations that they received from various manufacturers and accept and compare them on parameters such as price, quality, and accept the best bid. And this is the start of the sustainable project between brands and manufacturers.
So our competition focuses on connecting brands and manufacturers. However, there's nothing that's specific to sustainability right now, which is of importance to the brands and manufacturers that we interviewed. What they also value is this additional verification stage, which could be hard, but because they value them, we would like to implement that on our platform. And because we're an online marketplace, this will save time for both parties. So why Fair Garment? Is because of our exclusivity to sustainable brands. We verify the manufacturers that we work with, which helps establish trust between the both parties. And because they're on a platform that focuses on their values of sustainability, this helps increase their visibility.
So we have very scalable business models. So for example, for brands, it's free of cost, but during phase 2, we're going to charge them a subscription fee of around 99 euros monthly. For manufacturers, they need to pay around 3.95 euros for every credit they purchase. So a manufacturer uses a credit to place a bid on an order requested by a brand. Based on our estimation, a manufacturer required around 10 credits to get one successful order. And then we estimate that a manufacturer would be giving us a revenue of around 1,800 euros per year. We plan to partner up with around 200 manufacturers for the first year and expect a gross revenue of around 379k euros. So this is how we plan to go to market. We want to first start with small, medium-sized fashion brands in Europe, which are interested in sustainability. And we would be reaching out to them through our network, and such as Paris Good Fashion, La Cassan, and HEC Paris. For manufacturers, we'll be looking into the ones which are in Europe, India, and Turkey, which have high ethical and sustainability standards. We'll reach out to them to trade shows, conferences, and of course, a very strong network we have in these places. So this is the roadmap for Fair Garment for the next few months. We first want to develop the MVP, build the social media presence, and start the sales and marketing campaign and launch the product. And by June, we want to partner up with 20 brands and manufacturers.
So in the long term, we want to become a home for sustainable fashion production. Because we will have data from brands and manufacturers, we'll be able to calculate their carbon footprint for their products. And we also want to onboard creators and small artisans from our countries because we believe that they deserve a platform. And once we have all these brands and manufacturers on our platform, then we can build the trust and we can become a third-party approval for them so that they can showcase their sustainable production all the way from material to final production. Our most important asset here is our team. I have 4+ years of experience as a manufacturing engineer in the very complex industry of oil and gas, but I left that to pursue my true passion, which is sustainability. Abhishek here holds a degree of computer science from MIT, and he has already founded 2 successful tech startups in e-commerce and skincare, and his family has a big network of textile mills in India. Caroline brings an experience from venture capital, sustainability, and Milo is very experienced in sustainable consulting. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. All right, beautiful. Thank you very much.
What's your strategy to source, to find, to select, and to maybe approve the manufacturers?
Okay, so for manufacturers, we're looking at certain set of certifications, right? So firstly, like there's certification like the GOTS, Blue Sign, which already does a lot of due diligence and they certify that, okay, this manufacturer is sustainable. So first we want to reach out to the ones which already have the certifications, and after that, like when we want to bring on board more and more manufacturers, we'll all set up our own due diligence and do individual assessment of the manufacturers before they are on board.
So what we've been doing is we're cold calling a lot. So a lot of these manufacturers right now, they're posting their certifications, and on their homepage you can see that they work with startups, that they do sustainable producing. So more and more they're trying to brand that. So when we talk to them and when we ask about the interest of potentially signing up for our platform, we see 100% interest.
Guys, just to better understand the model, because obviously that's something I would have loved to have at Made on also for the other businesses I'm involved with on I'm helping. But what's your model itself? Are you a directory? Are you a marketplace? Or are you an agent? Where do you make your money from? Orders and reordering on quality control? And can you clarify that?
Okay, so firstly, we are a marketplace. And how we make money is like, say a manufacturer, receives quotations from different brands, right? So he can place a bid on a particular order that he'd like to work on. And the brands will get those bids. So they're going to get from, say, multiple manufacturers because we are going to have a bunch of manufacturers and a bunch of brands. And then they can compare the bids and they can choose which manufacturer to work with, okay? And so every bid that a manufacturer places, he's going to charge, we are going to charge them 3.95 euros. And we estimate that a manufacturer required 10 bids, place 10 bids on 10 different orders to get one successful order. Yeah.
Then just before Emma goes, then it means that you need to do a much deeper work into assessing the quality of the manufacturer. I'm not even talking sustainability there, and I know we have a lot of questions on that, but you need to do a much bigger work than just assessing whether the supplier is a good supplier and has been validated by organizations. Because otherwise bid won't be very qualitative.
Yeah, definitely. In terms of qualification, there's more research to be done, we're aware, but from our current research shows that there are certain ways that this is done right now. So especially with our first clients, so brands and manufacturers that showed interest, we really want to test that out. And of course, we will need more guidance with that, but definitely.
So I'm going to dig a bit on Julian's questions, because when it's, I've managed some fashion brands, and the thing is, usually when you get out and when you move past the very basic products, like for example a tote bag or a pair of leggings, it's usually the way it works is that to be able to place a bid and to price a product, there's going to be a prototyping phase. And so it takes, and there is the brand needs to send the product specifications and the material choice, and then only after a phase of 2-3 weeks or anything, they're going to be the manufacturer is going to be able to evaluate the work and then send and then price the item. So how do you cover this space? It's not just okay. Fashion it really depends on the level of expectation of the brand, the product details and stuff. And so, do you start with a certain very simple category of products, and like to that point, there are other players that are not in your competitive landscape, but there are other players which are specifically on sustainable products and which have very strong tech platforms with very simple products, and again, tote bags, leggings, things that were very easy for factories to price. And what's your go-to market on this? What's your strategy?
Okay, so firstly, answering your question, so like, how are we going to make sure that manufacturer get all the information about the brands, right? So when a brand places a quotation, so they need to send all the information, like the product specifications, okay? And they also need to present, like, at what stage are they in? Are they still like, first stage, like, are they first, decided on the project, or are they in the prototyping stage? So they need to specify that to the brands. They also need to mention, like, are they in talks with other manufacturers, or, is this the first manufacturer they're, working with? So at what stage of, production are they at? Like, so the brand will be sending out all these details to the manufacturers. So the manufacturer will have a very good overview, whether this is the brand that they want to work with or not. And speaking about the sustainability space, for example, like, if you see in the competition slide that we have, of course, there are some platforms like Seaport and Squetch. But then they have manufacturers which are not just sustainable, but they have all manufacturers of all range, right? But we are just focusing on the sustainable ones.
Lauren needs to stop us, but look at To The Market,
yes,
which is a US-based company. And exclusively sustainable.
Right.
All right. I think we have to stop here. Thank you very much, Fair Garment. I know it's very short.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Next, we have Chez Pépite. The floor is yours.
Hi, we are Marie and Augustin, and we are thrilled to present you Chez Pépite, the neo-bakery that is just a click away. We've realized that in 2022, urban people are now used to instant consumption. Why? Because they want to optimize time, they want to avoid unnecessary travel, and they want on-demand offers. Who hasn't dreamt of having fresh bread delivered at home on a Sunday morning instead of going to the queue under the rain? The problem is that delivery in bakery is not that good, actually. The delivery times are too long, there's a reduced product range, and a lower quality, especially in quick commerce. This is why traditional players are now investing heavily to meet the delivery challenges. Some try to build their own dark kitchen and have their own delivery service to integrate complex logistics. Some try to create new brands to avoid a risk of channel conflict, and some sell under white label in quick commerce to avoid the deterioration of their brand image. The bakery market is actually growing, but it lacks crucially of digitalization. In 2019, only 0.1% of the market was using online. That's totally crazy. So this is why we aim to do a 15 million turnover in France, in the main cities, by 2025.
Chez Pépite, we aim to be the first fresh bakery that responds to new urban ways of consumption. Without concession on the quality of the product, human is at the heart of our success. Chez Pépite has been designed for urban and hurried people looking for convenience, whether at home, at the office, or on the go. Our targeted clients are already concerned about the quality of the food they buy. With high buying power and high expectation, our early adopters are already adepts of food delivery and quick commerce. Our objective is simple: offer a new experience, bakery as a service. For this, we have 3 disruptive offers: immediate delivery, whether B2B or B2C, via delivery partners to optimize break times; click and collect, to avoid queuing in lines at peak hours in the best bakeries in town, and a subscription model that enables to simplify people's daily habits while developing consumer loyalty. Our model is the only model that is also profitable in delivery. Why? Simply because we've negotiated partnerships with delivery platforms, we reduce commissions. Our dark kitchen in the suburb reduce rents, we have less employees. A slight increase can be observed because on cost of goods sold, because we'll be working only with handmade products and short circuits. Our go-to-market is inspired by leaders of ONVB's, omnichannel native vertical brands, in the sense that we will be starting exclusively as a digital actor to acquire new clients online before establishing our brand image through physical counters, to be present in cities, and to offer an omnichannel customer experience. If we start to operate fully in a couple of months from now on, we will be profitable by the end of 2024, achieving 1.7 million euros net results. The markets move fast, and this explains our need of a skyrocketing growth and therefore strong initial investments.
To achieve this project, we have a perfect team because we are both passionate by food and tech. Augustin actually opened a restaurant during COVID, which is now a success. I have a degree in pastry making and worked at Big Mama as data analyst. We met at HEC Entrepreneurs, and now we want to move fast and be first movers on this growing market. We have very strong partners and advisors from the industry to help us in our achievements. We aim at doing a first POC next month to validate the model and also test the logistics. We will start simple by having white label artisanal products. We will do the branding, and then we will partner with some logistic brands to do the distribution.
We are currently raising 80,000 euros to finance our POC before our official first fundraising in June, where we'll be raising 750,000 euros for our official launch. Our mission is to have a positive impact by being a virtuous leader of quick bakery. For this, we aim to implement strong measures: equality of opportunities through a reintegration program, strong environmental measures, and as well dark kitchens that are not so dark, because they will enhance craftsmanship through kitchens that are partly open on the streets.
Please come, vote, and join the adventure of Chez Pépite, the neo-bakery that puts craftsmanship back at the heart of new consumer trends.
Thank you, Chez Pépite.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Judges, comments and questions on your side.
Thanks. I'll jump in just as the lights go off. So first of all, here in Britain, they said the only place the French queue is at the bakery because they love the experience so much. And I've got a question about that. I mean, how much would you be taking away from that experience, and how would you preserve that through an Uber Eats delivery with squashed bread and croissants? How would you guarantee the quality of the product arriving at its destination?
Exactly. So this is the actual problem with delivery and bakery, is that you don't get your croissant on a very good state. So we will work actually on the packaging and the brand image to bring to your house the best experience possible of a bakery at your house. This is also something that some restaurants did during COVID to bring the best pizza to your home without having the deception of not having it in a restaurant. And we believe that it's possible to do so also with bakery products.
I have a question. When it comes to human resources, bakers is a very tricky job, and there's a lack of bakers. It's a very demanding job. Mostly to have bread ready at 7. You need a population who's ready to wake up at 4, be at work at 5. And so bakers are the kind of divas, and what's your the salary? The salaries are very expensive. What's your take on this?
So we are very pleased to be able to collaborate with Alistair Smith, who is the best apprentice in France for pastries in 2020, and he's helping us in giving us his network of friends, of colleagues that are willing to join an entrepreneurial adventure. And I'm lucky enough to have recruited a team for my restaurant in Brittany, so I know what it is and how difficult it is at the moment to recruit motivated people, but we believe by creating a very strong culture and by the fact that it's an innovative way of approaching bakeries, we'll be able to recruit the people we need.
I have another question. It's about the choice of bakery that you did, because to me it's not the most healthy food. And you know, it's like it tends to be exceptional, but having a croissant every day, you know that you have to pay a very high price in terms of personal health. And I'd like to know why you chose the bakery, which is, you know, it's not avocados.
For sure, but we also believe that people are more likely to order something when they maybe feel a bit down, when they don't want to go out, to also have comfort. And if we see that so many people today are still going to bakeries, having this kind of products, it's not just a matter of healthy life. So that's the first point.
If your market is depressed people in France, it must be a very big market.
For sure. No, but more seriously, we also want to adapt the actual offer of bakery to have it more sane. There are not so many bakeries today that do gluten-free products, that also propose you to have some yogurt, granola at the breakfast. So we will also try to adapt a bit the actual offer.
So usually it's Seb asking the question, but what's your what do you plan to have as an average basket? And how, like, it's definitely, I mean, if I buy just one baguette for £2 roughly, or €2, or one baguette and there's a minimum order, I guess you must have some kind of minimum orders. And we all know with Deliveroo and Gorillas and all the services, there's a huge point on the fact that it relies on a low paid delivery fleet. So how do you address that?
So the average basket for the B2C via Uber Eats, for instance, will be around €7, and it is well counterbalanced by our B2B offer, where we will see a much higher average basket, nearly €30, for example, for a team building breakfast ordered by a startup. Regarding quick commerce, we are lucky enough to have to be in a phase of negotiation with Gorillas regarding a contract we will sign with them, and there afterwards, it's not our problem anymore regarding the average basket. We sell our products to them, and then afterwards it's their role to make sure that they are profitable.
But so on an average basket of 7, okay.
It's time up. Time's up. Time's up. I'm so sorry. Thank you very much, Chez Pépite. You are the last one.
Thank you.
Thank you for your presentation. And now it is time for us to get together with the judges. Dear judges, you're going to go deliberate and choose your winner. But before you leave, now that we've heard these 6 projects, do you want to tell us a bit your insights and what impressions you have so far? If we start, Sébastien, for instance, you're used to working with... Yes.
Can we be? Are we deliberating now, or everybody can hear us?
No, you're not deliberating. You're only sharing.
You have an audio.
Okay, so what's your question? What's your question? Sorry.
Yes. So you're used to working with more later stage startups, but after hearing these 6 pitches that you've just heard this evening, what is your
I feel actually I've been impressed by several teams. I think it's mature. Presentation were well done. It's not easy because they talk to people that they don't see. We are not in the same room, so they are a bit on their own. And I felt some grit and also some passion, and you know, it really reminded me when we were pitching at HEC Entrepreneur many years ago. and
while ago.
you know, and we try to have that conviction, and they convey and they carry that conviction. So generally their enthusiasm was very communicative, and I want to congratulate all of them, because I think it's, you know, it's not easy, and you know, pushing a project like that from scratch is very impressive. So I've been very impressed, to be honest.
Amazing, thank you. Emmanuel, you're an investor. When you hear these projects that are early stage, what are your thoughts, your feelings?
Well, I mean, those are definitely interesting spaces, and we discussed metaverse, which has been the hype over the past, very hype over the past 3 months, and is lots of discussion on about it. Definitely, food tech is also a very, very strong industry these days. Sustainability, definitely. So I think that they're addressing some real issues. So it's definitely something that I think that, I mean, the issue they're addressing are definitely worth investigating, and I think they're about.
Amazing, thank you so much. Julien, you spoke to them this morning, gave them some tips on how to pitch. Do you feel they've taken these advice?
I think they were. I think they were good. Honestly, I think it was very exciting, but sometimes too short. So I think next year you're gonna have to reduce it to 6 to 5 startups to have at least 7 minutes of a presentation or questions.
That's well noted for next year. I think we all felt that this was very short. And finally, Alice, very briefly, as a mentor, and you were here also last year with Julien, how did you feel these startups, these pitches were?
Yeah, I think that the comment with Julien we had last year was there's no way we were that good at that age. So congratulations to all of them. And I think there's a very clear double track of skill on the one hand and innovation on the other. And they were combined beautifully in the pitches today. Some frustration at not being able to ask all the questions in order to fully get the picture, in order to make up our minds, but that's part of the game tonight as well.
That's part of the game, and you'll still be able to be in touch later on afterwards. All right, we're already behind schedule, so we're going to leave you to deliberate separately. I believe our votes for the public are closed, so hopefully you've all voted and rated your favorite startups and favorite pitches. We are going to have a quick, short break in the meantime to allow our jury to deliberate, and we'll meet you in a few minutes for the announcement of the winners, the prize of the jury, and the prize of the audience, and we'll conclude this evening. Thank you so much, and see you in a few minutes.
Today in France, a farmer spends an average of 8 hours a week on the road doing deliveries. At the same time, restaurant owners and chefs have an increasing willingness to know more about the product they use and they present in their plate. They want better quality products and also want to know more about the products and the farm where they came from. But farmers and independent restaurants are not able to work together because independent restaurants have low volumes and it takes a lot of time to search for the right products, the right farmers, and to manage the deliveries. This is why we have created Mourot, the only solution from the farm to the plate to have the better products at a fair price. We ease the entire procurement process for a restaurant with the pooling of logistical flows to the ordering and billing centralized thanks to an online interface. This project is led by us, François and Delphine, who have decided to join our agro and culinary backgrounds to create Mourot. And thus we want to participate in the transition toward a more sustainable nutrition.
Hello, my name is Andy, and today I'm more than excited to present to you Roundtable. At Roundtable, we help luxury and premium apparel fashion brands mint their own NFTs and sell them in their own metaverse boutique shop. 1%. That's the amount of brand engagement that a brand receives on a Facebook post. Now, almost all marketeers agree that brand engagement is a crucial KPI. However, it is becoming increasingly more difficult because Gen Z customers expect brands to have an established online presence. As these Gen Z customers move away from traditional social media into the metaverse, why aren't smaller fashion brands following their larger competitors into the metaverse? After countless interviews, there were 4 common problems. It's expensive, they don't have the time, nor do they have the technical expertise and marketplace distribution knowledge to sell these NFTs. That is why at Roundtable, we help brands improve their brand engagement by establishing their boutiques in the metaverse affordably.
Hi, I'm Marilys.
I'm Margot. We're both at HEC Entrepreneur.
Together, with pharmacists, we want to build the future of human resources in pharmacies. The recruitment process is prehistoric, is time-consuming and inefficient. But why? 90% of students go physically to pharmacies to find a job. And on the other side, 75% of pharmacists use Facebook or the word of mouth to find and recruit new employees.
The truth is that today pharmacists can wait up to 6 months to find the right employee.
But pharmacists can't continue like this. That's why we decided to create PharmaJob. PharmaJob is the first recruitment platform for pharmacists. So far, we've built a beta website to acquire our first clients. We are applying to the London Pitch Night to acquire visibility and find great mentors. Thank you and see you in London!
We are Dini, and we want to digitalize the public transportation payment system in Morocco so people can travel effortlessly. Intercity bus companies currently lose upward of 130 million euros per year due to theft and corruption resulting from the inability to track cash, the primary payment method. Customers, on the other hand, face long queues, unreliable schedules, and overpriced tickets sold from third parties. Bus companies are unhappy, customers are unhappy, but infrastructures are ready and the market is ready, so now is the time for change. With Dini, digitalize your customer's journey through a reliable, secure, and intuitive solution. Our solution is not only different, it's innovative and does not exist yet in Morocco. With our product, we solve the real problems facing our market today. We partner with businesses to improve their customer experience and optimize their operations. Customers can now feel confident that their travels will go smoothly and efficiently. And we are the best team for this project as lovers of the local cultures. Improving access to essential needs while having a tangible impact on a developing country guides our motivation.
The sustainable fashion market is projected to reach $15 billion by 2030, in part due to fashion's detrimental effects on the environment. So we talked to these sustainable brands, and it was a big problem for them to find manufacturers that met their criteria as well as ethical and sustainability standards. On the other hand, the manufacturers, they're spending millions in their marketing budget just to find these brands. So this is where Fair Garment comes in.
So Fair Garment is a platform for fashion brands and manufacturers to search, connect, and communicate with partners who adhere to sustainability and ethical standards. We help them save time, remain in control, and grow their business in a sustainable manner.
We have the expertise, network, and shared values to take on this challenge.
So Fair Garment is on a mission to accelerate sustainability and innovation within the fashion industry. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can we skip to the good part?
very glad to support the scholarship programs for talented kids that want to study at HEC.
Whether you're an alum, a partner, or simply interested in being connected to HEC in the UK, you're welcome to get involved. Join, connect, or partner with us. We look forward to an exciting year with you.
Combien de votes on a eu?
Here today, this evening, the juries have deliberated, the audience has voted, and we are very excited to announce the winners. Now, before we announce the winners, we want to thank all of you who've been involved in the Startup Launchpad.
Thank you to all the HEC in the UK team, to the teams in New York, and also to the team in Paris, and in particular the technical teams who have helped us tonight. Thank you all.
We also want to thank all the entrepreneurs that have been part of this evening, the judges of the first round, the mentors, our wonderful judges this evening, as well as you, all the members of the audience, for taking part in this evening. Now, we are going to welcome back the jury to announce the prize of the jury. Welcome back to the jury. So, would you care to tell us, Julien, Alice, can you tell us how the deliberation went?
Well, it was. I think it was both. It was both very easy and very complicated. I think very complicated because all the projects were really good. I think we were all quite impressed by the pitches. Very easy though because on the complication is you have to choose 1, 2, 3 just in case. Very easy though because this time I think we've been quite unanimous, if not totally unanimous, on the winners. So bravo to them.
And I think what really mattered to us was the dynamic within the team, but also the clarity of the business model. Going back to what Julien was saying at the beginning, I think clarity in your pitches is essential in order to be appraised as well as possible.
Thank you, Alice. So we're now going to welcome the students who are really eagerly waiting for the results. So could we see the students, please? Yes. Perfect. Okay, so... Okay,
yes,
perfect.
They see as well.
They see us as well. So in that case, maybe Emmanuel, you could tell us who is the winner tonight?
So I have the difficult task of announcing the winner. And I know, and again, as Julien said, all projects were very good and it was a complicated, both easy but complicated decision. The winner is Dini.
Well done, Dini.
Congratulations, Dini. Well done, congratulations. If Dini can move to the studio just to say a few words of thank you. In the meantime, Sébastien, if you can tell us what led you to choose Dini.
We did choose Dini because I believe we feel the team and the project was quite mature. We like very much the branding. We know there is a market. The best proof is that there are like massive competitors in the area. Morocco seems to be an untouched market, and we feel that even if they don't have like a tech solution or a tech team right now, we feel that there is clearly a path to simplify the life of all these travelers in Morocco. And we also feel that an exit should be quite easy once you have the volume. So it's a proven business model. We like very much the team. The English was very good, by the way, and very balanced dynamic. And and also Morocco is very close to our hearts.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We're super excited. We were really happy to be a part of this experience. It was super nice. We loved the mentoring session as well. We learned a lot from it. And yeah, we're super happy and thanks again.
That you actually show interest in the project, and like to us, it means we're not just in a huge cloud, but we're actually starting doing something very concrete. So being validated by you guys means a lot. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, and congratulations again. Well done.
It is now time to announce the prize of the audience, the prize that many of you have are all actually really waiting for. Can we go back to seeing all the students together, please?
And do we know how many voted?
Yeah. Can we go back to seeing all the students together? Yes. Do we have all the students back together? We're checking in.
Are they waving behind Wendy?
I think they seem to be back together.
Okay, perfect. Everyone is back.
All right, everyone is back. Perfect. We're still mastering all the technical glitches that go with the international connection from everyone. Delphine, you have the pleasure of announcing who is the winner on behalf of the audience.
So the audience voted for Fair Garment. Congratulations.
Congratulations to Fair Garment.
With more than 1,200 votes. So thank you to all of you who voted.
Amazing. Congratulations. I I think we are all set. We're arriving to the end of this evening. We want to thank you, all of you, for taking part of this.
They came
Sorry?
to the studio to give it. They came to the studio to give a word and they left. Come
Yes,
back.
they're back in the studio. Perfect.
Are you back in the studio?
Yes, please.
No, that's
Yes,
fair
they're back in
garment.
the studio.
Give us a word.
Yes, Fair Garment, we are listening to you.
Oh, okay.
Congratulations
Yeah.
again.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, we do have a, I guess, international network that helped us with this, but it really means a lot to have this award, and it was really nice to have you guys here, have your feedback. It was really valuable to us, and this experience, the team here, there's so much happening in the background. Yeah, this was great. Thank you so much.
So thank you so much, everyone, especially the ones who voted us, and also for the jury, for all the questions they asked us and the valuable feedback they gave us. Thank you so much. And also for HEC and everybody involved here, who organized this for us. Thank you so much. It was a very
just maybe
interesting
one more
journey.
comment. I have one more comment for you. I happen to be the CEO of KIMA, QIMA. You can reach me because we do a lot of what you guys are trying to achieve. We could help.
Thank you so much. We'll get in touch with you. Yeah.
Thanks to everyone who voted. Thank you again.
Thank you again. Have a good day.
Thank you and congratulations.
Amazing. Thank you so much. It is now time to finish and conclude this evening. We're already late on the program, but we want to thank you all for attending. Thank you to our judges. Thank you so much, Emmanuel, Sébastien, Julien, Alice, for being here with us tonight. Do you want to say just a very, very brief final word to our startups before we conclude this evening?
Congratulations to you both, Lauren and Delphine.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Maybe a word for the startups who did not succeed tonight.
Well, I'd say it's only the beginning, and there's a lot at the beginning of every startup, of every successful stories. There's a lot of iterations on the idea, the execution, finding and refining. So it's not because they were not chosen tonight that it doesn't mean that they have a great future ahead.
Maybe I can share a quote. It's very famous, but you never lose. Either you win or you learn.
Thank you. That's a great way to, I guess, conclude our evening together. So again, thank you all. Thank you for all of you who joined us online. Thank you to the juries, to the whole teams here, and have a fantastic evening. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you very much,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye.
Have a good evening and see you next year for another exciting pitch night. Hopefully this time in person, we'll see. Have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.
Bye.